balls. Portal 2 is amazeballs.
Yes, it's amazeballs.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god.
Oh my god. All right. Well, that brings us. It's time, gentlemen.
Oh my
Are you
goodness.
ready, Kevin?
Not ready for this?
Y'all All right.
Kevin's number one is
Mirror's Edge.
what?
Ooh, good one.
Okay.
Good one.
I have to.
Surprising, but good one.
Like, I'll tell you why. Like, this game actually solidified me getting an Xbox 360.
Yeah.
Like, it solidified it. Because at the time, too, I was hardcore doing, like, the parkour thing, and, like, you know, I was like, dude, I want another game that's like, you know, Prince of Persia, but in, like, modern day or something like that. Then all of a sudden, Mirror's Edge comes through. Like, this was one of those games, like, that, like you, Blake, like, this was, like, one of those games. I actually finished this, like, I almost finished it in one sitting. I actually took a nap at my friend's house because he had it, and, like, I was playing it, like, it was, like, 4 o'clock in the morning when I was, like, still playing. I'm like, crap, let me at least sleep and then have to go home. And then woke up, and I finished the game. Like, it was like, I liked the game direction, like the game design that went with it. Like, you know, the color was actually, like, you know, that kind of guided you, like, through the levels and everything. I liked that, you know, you can actually go through a game where you didn't actually have to, like, actually shoot people. You can actually go through the whole game, like, just disarming them and just, you know, and just like knocking them out versus, like, killing them. There was, like, an alternative. And, like, also not to mention, like, all the parkour elements that they added in there, like the flow, like getting your flow, like doing vaults over, like, vents, and, like, you know, sliding down. Like, it was that adrenaline rush of the game that got me, like, going, and I was just like, oh my god, this is amazing, Like, I really, really like this. I really, really like this game, and I was hoping for, I'm really hoping for 2 to come out. I'm really hoping for 2 to come out.
All right. Well,
I think it's a fantastic game. I thought it was fantastic, and it was put out by DICE, right?
Yeah, it was
probably the best game they put out, you know, and underrated because everybody thinks, Battlefield.
yeah.
But they put this out as well, and I thought it was a really underrated game. I thought it was fantastic, cool art style, and, you know, if you're hardcore into parkour like Kevin, it's a good game for you.
The only thing I can ever think, whenever anybody brings up this game, I immediately have this mental association with the massive headache that it gave me when I was reviewing it. And yeah, and like it's a game that's really divided. Like, people either really, really, really like this game, or they just think it's trash. And I happen to be on the trash side of this one. I'm the voice of dissent here. I don't know. I just, like, there were so many things that, like, it had the potential to do, and then I feel like it fell short. Like, the there's a huge depth perception issue, which needed to be addressed. And then secondly, there was just one part where I had to just keep trying it over and over and over, and the load times were killing me. They said that you could get through the game with completely non-violent options, but then there's a point in the story where they force you to shoot somebody. And there's also points in the game where it's next to impossible to get through to the next area without engaging in combat. Like, so much so that I ended up saying screw it and just, like, beating somebody up, taking their gun, and, like, mowing everybody down. Like,
I think I know what part you're talking about.
When you,
too.
like, come up through
that was tricky.
Through the silo or whatever. Yeah. It's like, you can do it without killing anybody, but God, it's going to tack on another 10 or 15 minutes to the mission. And if you screw up once, you got to start back over. And it's just not worth it. I don't know. There was just I had to review the game. I didn't really enjoy it, and I think that if they make a sequel, they're going to have to change a lot of things for me to be like, okay, this is better. It did have some potential in the, it's a great concept, like this game that gives you that sort of side-scrolling or adventure platformer from your actual perspective. It's a great concept, and when I was playing the demos and, like, looking at the game pre-release, I was like, wow, this is really cool. But then, like, applied long-term throughout the game, it just, like, fell short for me. not to like rain on your guys' parade, because I know that there's a lot of people that agree with what you're saying, but like this is just my side of the coin, so to speak. So.
Oh, that's fine. I remember when this game came out, people like you said, people either really loved it or they really hated it, and like a bunch of people were like who really didn't like it. I was like, dude, I got motion sickness from that. I was like, you kidding me? I got an adrenaline rush after all that. But you know, it's to each his own. I mean, I like the game, so it matters.
You just got more adrenaline than me. That's all there is to it. You're just more intense than I am.
Extreme. Yeah, why not?
All right. Well, Bobby, you got anything to add, or are you ready to premiere your number one?
You know what? I liked the game. I thought it was really fantastic. I played it. It was really cool. I thought it was a cool perspective. It wouldn't be in my top 2, but I would say it might be in my top 30 favorite games of this generation.
There you go. So it's number 29.
Yeah, it's number 29.
What's number 30, Bobby?
Number 30 of this generation, huh? Let's see. That's a tough one. Number 30 of this.
It's like
generation.
your least favorite game.
Least favorite game. That's a tough one. That is a tough one. Let's say Gears of War.
I think
Gears of War makes.
Damn. I think.
For its artistic merits towards gaming.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Johnny said Mirror's Edge with plus Oculus Rift.
Dude, that's a thing.
That's pretty cool, man. I've seen the video.
Yeah.
It is a thing.
Dude, yeah. That might be interesting.
I've seen videos.
If they can add depth perception, then yeah. I think that Mirror's Edge was really lacking like depth like that ability to tell, like, if I jump across this building, I'm going to be able to catch that ledge. Like, you wouldn't know where to make the jump exactly. But I think I'm going to go, before you give your number one, Bobby, I think my number 30 is the Dynasty Warriors Gundam series.
That's really good, man. Dude, that's not a bad series. That's actually the best in the Dynasty Warriors series. They're actually the only game to actually add a little bit of difference in that.
No, it's true.
It's
true, but it's Gundam, and it's my guilt. It's such a guilty pleasure. Like, the game's they're total crap games. The Dynasty Warrior series they're just shovelware, but God, do you love playing them? You know what I mean?
Dude, what's more to love than just going through hordes of enemies as friggin', as Master Asia's Gundam and just mowing down like all these robots.
Yeah, Master Asia's Gundam is like the best Gundam in the game too.
Yeah, that and like Star's Gold Gundam, oh
whatever.
My God.
I gotta I think it was the second or third one they let you play as Death Scythe from Gundam Wing. Yeah,
really?
I was like all over that. I was like, I'm playing as Duo Maxwell, and they always put Hero Yui in so you can be like that. Hello, Jamie Bot.
Yeah, for all the Hero Yui fanboys and fangirls.
Hi, Jamie.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, girl.
Yeah. So, with that said, Bobby, it's time for your number one, not your number 30. Oh wait, let's ask Kevan. Kevan never gave his number 30.
Yeah, Kevan goes first. Kevan.
Your number 30. Your 30th.
My number 30?
30th best game on this generation of consoles.
What? Oh, okay.
It's like your least favorite game.
What was that? It was the Wii, when the Wii U came out. What was that party game that came with it with all the Mario games and stuff?
Nintendo Land?
Yeah, the Nintendo Land.
That's next gen. Wii U is I considered Wii U the next gen. If it was on the
Really?
Yeah, I wouldn't I'm not counting that, even though it's in between gen.
Then I'll just have to say Tekken 6.
Okay.
Cause I played Tekken when it was when Tekken 1, Tekken 2, Tekken 3, Tekken Tag, all that other stuff.
Dude.
But when they changed a lot after 3 and 6, it was just all about the juggles, and there was some one-trick pony characters where all you had to do was just button smash like this, and you just do 15-hit combos. I was like, how many maxi pads from Soul Calibur does it take put into a fighting game.
I
It's ridiculous.
love me some Tekken. You have no idea how much I love the Tekken series. Tekken Tag Tournament is my shiz.
Fantastic.
Dude,
I love
Tekken
Tekken.
Bowl.
We gotta do
Tekken
that.
Bowl.
We gotta play that one day, man. I used to love. You know what? I'm surprised that was actually Tekken Tag Team. The original is my favorite of the last generation.
Yeah. Oh my god, I love that game. We used to have tournaments at my apartment building when I got out of high school, and I would just own everybody, like any character, no matter what. Like Tekken 3 was so my game before Tag, and when Tag came out, I flipped my lid. I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that. Tekken. The original is the reason I bought a PlayStation instead of an N64.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Good call
Yep.
on that one. All right, now that we got our number 30s out of the way, I think it's time for Bobby's number 1. Bobby,
Well, Kevin goes first.
what?
We gotta hear
We
Kevin's
already
number
heard
one.
Kevin's number 1.
We already did it.
Oh, really? I thought that was your number 2.
No,
Okay.
we've already
Okay.
done it. Number 2.
Wow, Mirror's Edge was your number 1.
We're already at one,
That's
Tommy.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy, man. All right, well, that makes my number 1 a little less crazy. I would say, my number 1 is Saints Row the Third.
Saints Row the Third.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not Skyrim. It's not, Call of Duty. It's the completely one of the most ridiculously absurd yet serious games of this generation. It was brilliant.
Yes.
It was brilliant. If they had ended Saints Row on this note, fantastic game. I mean, the storyline was absurd. Hulk Hogan was in it. Let's see.
Mother
It
effing
was-
Reynolds.
Oh yeah, Burt Reynolds is in it. You can play Burt Reynolds can become your friend. That was like a plot twist. That actually is my character that I played as in the game, Bobby Venomous, all tatted up, leading his city of crime, painting the town purple. I felt like if this is the game, if any game that you could wish was your real life, this would be the game that I wish was my real life, and that's why I loved it that much. Like, this character with his fucking Astro headset, I love this game so much that I want a purple fleur-de-lis tattoo. I like this game so much. I'm like, Saints Row forever, dude. This game was so hilarious, man. I don't want to spoil anything. There's, you go to space. There's, references. I felt my gang was full of Misfits fan mail.
Yeah.
That's how I would, the entire fan was full of Misfits and Glenn Danzig fans. And it's that's my gang. The fact that when you get, the part where you get drugged and you're in the fetish mansion, it's like the kink.com mansion. It's like they took portions of my life and put this in this game. That's was like, oh my god, that was like that one time. That was totally like that one time. And that's why I love this game so much. It's like, man, this game gave me some PTSD flashbacks. Like, I remember that one time, me and Bert. They had an auto-tune character.
Yeah.
To take back the term postmodern. This game knew what to poke fun at, and it does GTA better because it pokes fun of that style that GTA created. And I feel this is the best one in the series because they're right up there. I mean, it's a fun game. And there's so much actually side action for you to do. I mean, one of the mini games where you collect money is you throw yourself in front of cars for insurance money. Brilliant. You can spend hours doing that. Like, yep, just throw myself in front of a car. I mean, that's what I would do. There was the time I've been hit by a car twice. But it's like taking out these. I'm telling you, there's these PTSD moments in this game that it reminds me, man, this game was meant for me completely. The fact of, when you have the parts where it's the sci-fi movie, it makes fun of so many things. There's a wrestling gang. You play. One of the big final battles is against a luchador gang. I mean, there's no other game that I would feel speaks to me on that level. And this one makes it number 1. And it's like a tough call. I feel there's better games, more revolutionary games out there. Games that have done, even this genre, the sandbox style game, they've done it better. They've been more groundbreaking. But for me, Saints Row the Third is the game that I would like to be in.
Yeah.
I would like to be Saints Row, hanging out with Chandi. Like, hey girl, let's go back to, let's take my military grade airship and go to the, my Saints pavilion, and we can, do some stuff with that, that dildo bat.
Wow.
And that is how the game
Not only
plays.
that, but isn't Shondi played by Sasha Grey? Or there's a character.
What?
You see what I
There's-
mean? You see what I mean? It's like, who...
Oh no, it wasn't
game-
Shondi. There is a character played by Sasha Grey in this game, though.
Wow, Burt Reynolds. Oh, one of the best things. I forget about it. And this, like, I know John Carnage is not watching, but when I told him this, it blew his mind. The military colonel guy, the head of, what's the stag, is played by the lead character in Trancers. The guy who played Jack Death in Trancers, right, plays this guy. And for me, Trancers is one of the most underrated sci-fi action films and one of the best Helen Hunt films ever. And Tim Thomerson is the role of the stag captain in there. Like, this game draws from everything that I've liked in my life, and they've made it a video game. That's why, like, I've never met the Volition guys. If I do, I'm gonna give them a hug. I'm gonna give them a hug. Like, are you serious? Like, seriously, Volition.
Seriously, did we just lose Bobby?
I'm gonna give you a hug. I'm pissed off that the Wii. Sorry, I just love this game. Did you?
No, you're here. You're back. It's okay. No, when I saw this was on your list, I was so relieved because I was like, oh, how did this not make my list? There's just it just didn't. But I'm glad that it didn't because it's on yours, and that would have been awkward having it on the list twice. So I think it worked out well. This is one of the few I got every single achievement in this game. Anything that you can do in this game, I did. And I could not get enough. I could still go back and play it now. Like, now that I think about it, I think, oh man, I could go back and play this mission a different way, or I could do this and I could do that. And like, who knows, maybe I will. But I'll probably just move on to Saints Row 4. But yeah, I can't say enough good stuff about Saints Row. I dressed up, so for one of my interviews, I dressed up like a pimp. And Rachel dressed up as my hoe, and we did some crazy ass Q&A with the writer. Castle Crashers, Papa Bruno. Well, the nice thing about this is once we're done telling our list, if you guys want to chime in with your top 5 current gen console games of this generation, feel free to. But yeah, Saints Row 3. I can't say enough. Yeah, I'm totally with you.
Not to mention the soundtrack, dude. The soundtrack had a Kanye song in there that got popular months after, and it became the ESPN theme song months after it was already in Saints Row the Third. I'm telling you, these guys are brilliant.
The Trailblazers.
Holy shit, it's super dope that I'm glad they got picked up. I mean, I wish it was coming out for the Wii U. I may buy other console. I got rid of my 360. I may just... damn, I'm going to get it for Saints Row the Fourth because I love the game so much.
There you go. All right. So, Kevin, I take it you love the game as well?
Yeah, I love watching my friends play it.
Can't handle it?
Oh, no, it's just that I never got a chance to play it. I never got a chance to, like, buy off Steam or whatever. But, like, I would see, like, you know, the YouTube videos of this, or, like, one of my friends, like, would just run around like Saints Row just naked, just beating people up with the freaking, like, overgrown billy club or whatever.
Dildo bat?
Yes.
Overgrown billy club, you call it. What a polite young man.
I was just like, wow. I'm like, wow, this game is about 2 types of special. Like, it was ridiculous. It was like, it had the GTA, like, gameplay, but just really, really silliness just thrown all into one. And I'm just like, well, I really can't handle this right now. This game is ridiculous. I gotta have it.
Look, I mean, if you think about it, Grand Theft Auto probably helped perpetuate Saints Row just by losing that sort of frisky edge that they had to begin with. Like, the more serious Grand Theft Auto gets, the more people wish it was less serious. And then Saints Row steps in and they're like, we're everything you used to love about Grand Theft Auto without a cell phone, like, hanging you down and people calling you every 5 freaking minutes. So, yeah, like, I gotta love that. Let's see. So, I guess with that, it's time for my number 1, the last number 1. And, like, everyone in the chat room, remember, after we've done our top 5, you guys should definitely let us know what your top 5 are, and maybe we can chat about that for a little bit before we call it a day. But my number 1, I don't think anybody's going to be too surprised by it. It's a little game by a little company called Gearbox called Borderlands. I have not played a single game on this console as much as I have played Borderlands and Borderlands 2. Period. I have spent so much time looting for guns, level grinding, and just having a ridiculously good time with my friends than I have in Borderlands. I couldn't really tell you what it is. I think what it is it took that a lot of those MMO grinding aspects of games like World of Warcraft that normally I hate and put it in a form that I loved, that was easily digestible to me. I like first-person shooters. I like ridiculousness. I love sci-fi. And it just hit all the marks. Obviously, the ending was total crap. Don't worry about the plot. Borderlands 2 fixed all that and made the franchise even more phenomenal. Like, Borderlands 2 has been gangbusters. Like, somehow the cult following of the first Borderlands, like, people actually paid attention to what gamers were doing, and I don't know, it's great. I could play this forever. If, like, you just gave me a copy of Borderlands or Borderlands 2, and that was the last game I ever got to play, I could probably handle it. Like, look at this. Claptraps alone are worth it. Claptrap is one of, like, the best video game characters ever made. Obviously, the first one had some flaws, like I said, but I don't know. I just can't get enough. I'm hooked. It is my drug of choice.
You just can't get enough.
I just can't get enough.
And I think that's what kind of defines, like, I feel like a #1 game is a game that you actually never want to end. You know? It's like, I never wanted Saints Row to end. I just wanted it to be my real life.
Yeah.
I wanted to. If there was an Oculus Rift Saints Row the Third, I would be in there just like playing every single day. I wish it was an MMO.
Yeah.
I wish Saints Row was an MMO. That would be
Dude,
fantastic.
I'm thinking about getting a Vault Hunter tattoo. I have been for a while. So, like,
if you get that tattoo, I'll get my
Saints Row
purple Saints tattoo, and we'll get it on the same
that would
day.
be great. We could let's group on that shit.
Bobby, get the purple heydays too.
Let's get the tattoos, and then let's show up to E3 as super nerds.
Hell yeah. All right, I'm into it.